and welcome to Friday How to Play with Salomé. I'm Salomé Martinez. Have you ever wanted to be part of a team of penguins, climbing icy cliffs, collecting shiny gems, and desperately trying to impress a very demanding emperor? Well, now you can, in Jewels for the Emperor Penguin. In this charming and clever dice-driven game for 2 to 5 players that takes about 30 to 45 minutes, designed by Shane F.F. Carr and published by Left Justified Studio, you'll lead a team of penguins as they scramble across the valley, gather jewels, trade resources, and fulfill the Emperor's ever-changing desires. Do you think you can collect the perfect combination of gems and earn the most favor before someone else steals the spotlight? Well, there's only one way to find out. Come grab a seat with me at the table and I'll teach you how to play Jewels for the Emperor Penguin. To begin playing this adorably competitive game, we must start with the setup. Let's start by building the valley. All terrain tiles are divided into 5 tiers labeled A through E. Shuffle each tier separately, then lay them out starting with tier A at the bottom, then B, C, D, and finally tier E at the top, creating the full mountain map. If this is your first time playing, it's recommended that you use the starter tiles instead of random ones. All starter tiles have a small crown symbol on their tier letter, making them easy to spot. Now, flip all the tiles face up so everyone can see the terrain. Next, each player takes 5 penguins and 3 dice of the same color, placing all penguins together on the valley floor. We'll be setting up for a 4-player game. Now, shuffle the circular penguin guild tiles and deal 1 to each player, face down. You may look at your own guild, but everyone else's stays secret until the end of the game. Each player rolls all 3 of their dice and places them in their dice clearing. If you didn't roll at least 1 wild die, you may turn 1 die to the wild snowflake side. Shuffle the objective cards and deal 5 face up near the top of the map. Place the Emperor's Penguin's Grateful Thanks card beside them. Now we'll choose the first player. Whoever most recently took something out of a freezer will go first, or you can just choose randomly. Now, everyone takes their starting gems, beginning with the first player and going clockwise around the table. The first player starts with no gems. I guess it doesn't always pay to go first. The second player starts with 1 ruby. The third player starts with 1 emerald. And the fourth player starts with 1 ruby and 1 emerald. And if there was a 5th player, they'd start with 2 rubies and 1 emerald. Your penguins are in position, the mountain is ready, and the climb is about to begin. The object of the game is to use your team of penguins to move from tile to tile, gaining and trading rubies, emeralds, sapphires, and diamonds in order to claim objective cards that are going to be worth points at the end of the game. The penguin with the most points wins. Jewels for the Emperor Penguin is played over a series of turns, going clockwise around the table. On your turn, you'll always follow these same steps. You'll spend dice to move penguins. You'll activate tile abilities. You'll then buy objective cards if you can. And finally, you'll re-roll your dice. Let's penguin walk through each step in more detail. Get it? Penguin walk? When it's your turn, you'll start by spending 1 die to move 1 of your penguins. Each die moves the penguin with the same number. So if you spend a 1, you move your number 1 penguin. A die showing the 0 snowflake is wild and can move any penguin. When you spend a die, take it off your dice clearing so you can keep track of which dice you've already used this turn. You can move your penguin to any adjacent tile, except straight up, because even penguins read the part that says, "Do not attempt." When starting from the valley floor, you can move to any of the A tiles, but not the B tiles, because you cannot move directly up an ice wall. If you move onto a tile that already has one of your own penguins on it, and the arriving penguin has a higher number, you may bump the smaller penguin. The bumped penguin moves again to any adjacent tile, except straight up the ice wall. You can even create chain bumps as long as the penguin who initiates the bump has a higher number than the penguin getting bumped. and only one penguin can be bumped by a single arriving penguin. If you decide to move your penguin to an adjacent tile below, you'll slide down the icy ramp and immediately collect the bonus gem shown. Your penguin team can even collect more than one bonus if you combine bumping and sliding to send several penguins down more than one slide on the same turn. Once all movement is finished, you activate the abilities on the final tile your penguin reached. Each tile has two abilities. The active ability is on the left and is used once by the penguin that just arrived. The everyone ability is on the right and is used by every penguin on that tile, including the one that just got there. If you have more than one penguin on the tile, you may use the everyone ability once per penguin. And all abilities are optional. Some abilities let you acquire gems, meaning you simply take the gems shown from the supply. Other abilities let you exchange gems, meaning you must give the gems shown above the arrow in order to receive the gems shown below it. If you don't have the required gems, you cannot perform that exchange. Some tiles give you special powers. Each one works a little differently. This is the adjustability. You may increase or decrease the value of your unspent die by 1. You can adjust a 1 down to a 0, turning it into a wild die. But you cannot adjust a 0 to a 5 or increase a 5 to a 1. The numbers do not wrap around. This is the wild ability. You may turn one of your unspent die to the 0 side, making it a wild die that can move any penguin. This is the get over here ability. You may move one of your other penguins directly onto this tile, ignoring normal movement rules. This is the scattered gems ability. You take 3 of your gems and place them on 3 different adjacent tiles. The first penguin who activates the active ability on each of those tiles immediately takes that gem, in addition to normal abilities on that tile. Scattered gems is never used by itself. It's always part of the cost of an exchange. This is the swaps positions ability. You may swap the locations of any 2 of your penguins. The penguin who triggered this ability can be one of those penguins, but it doesn't have to be. This is the play again ability. You spend one of your unspent dice to immediately move another penguin, or even the same penguin again, just like normal movement. This penguin can bump, slide, and activate abilities as usual. The play again ability is always resolved after the everyone ability on its tile, even though that breaks the normal order. And the play again ability does not mean you take another full turn. You may not buy a second objective card this turn. This is the swapped objectives ability. You may trade an objective card you already bought with an unclaimed objective card from the top of the map, as long as the 2 objectives are worth the same number of points or only 1 point apart. Anytime your penguin returns to the valley floor, you may use the valley market to exchange gems up to 2 times using these fixed rates. Trade 1 ruby for 1 emerald, trade 1 emerald for 3 rubies, trade 2 emeralds for 1 sapphire, trade 1 sapphire for 3 emeralds, trade 1 emerald and 1 sapphire for 1 diamond, trade 1 ruby and 1 diamond for 2 sapphires. You may even do the same exchange twice. After all abilities resolve, the active player may buy 1 objective card from the top of the map. Pay the required gems, take the card and immediately replace it with a new face-up card. Keep your purchased objective cards face down. Each objective card is worth points and is beneficial to 2 penguin guilds. If your hidden guild symbol appears on that card, you'll score 2 bonus points at the end of the game. Finally, you re-roll any dice you spent and return them to your dice clearing. And just like that, your turn ends and the next penguin takes the stage. The end of the game is triggered when a player buys their 5th objective card and claims the Emperor's Grateful Thanks card. Every other player gets 1 final turn and then the game ends. Now you add up all the points on your objective cards, plus points from the Emperor's Grateful Thanks card, 2 bonus points for each objective that matches your penguin guild. The player with the highest total score wins. If there's a tie, compare diamonds. If still tied, compare sapphires, then emeralds, then rubies. Then, in favor of the player with the Emperor's Grateful Thanks card. And if it's still tied after all that, well, the Emperor's exhausted and you share the victory together. And that's how you play Jewels for the Emperor Penguin. I'm Salomé Martinez, and I want to thank you for sliding, bumping, and hoarding shiny objects with me at the table. And I hope you get to outclimb your friends, impress the Emperor, and claim ultimate penguin glory at your table. Until our next Friday How to Play, remember to learn, play games, and always have fun. Adios.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.